So I don't expect a response because you said you're done. So I'll just put some input in on what you said. Now, there's some accusatories of you accusing me of, which is fine. You're right. But you said, and I'm not going to address every issue. I would like for you to address this comment because I asked the question before. What do you say? Because the entire Bible, from verse number 1 to the very last verse, is archaic, is an ancient text. 2,000 years ago is ancient. If it wasn't 2 days ago, 2 months ago, 200 years ago, 2,000 years is ancient text. So, with that being said, what is for us? What do you say is for us? If you say, I cannot select, if it's a whole book, if the whole thing's a book, 66, the canon, is a whole book, then I take theme of the whole book. Not that I'm taking it for to build up my idea of what I think. It's I'm trying to base my identity, my doctrine, identity, and my belief system on the words, all of the words. I have read, I can't memorize, I don't memorize every single verse, but I have read every single verse multiple times. In search of finding who I am I in relationship to the Most High, where do I fit in the grand scheme of things of God's plan for humanity. Did he write anything to me? I'm looking for it to say, okay. And I'll tell you one thing. This is me, and this is a lot of us. What I believe today, right now, is not what I believed yesterday. I can guarantee you that what I believed yesterday is not what I believe today, which will possibly not be what I believe tomorrow. Because my eyes, as the scales of blindness have fallen in part, things have been revealed. I can't even tell you how many times I'm reading something, I'm like, who put that in my Bible? That was not there before. I've read this 1,000 times and it's not there before. Someone put that in my Bible. And I've talked to everybody that I've talked to about that, says the same thing. They say the same thing. Who put that in my Bible? Because I've read that a bunch of times and it wasn't there. It was there, I just didn't have eyes to see. The Spirit guides you and leads you in the appropriate measure. A little here, a little there. If He gave me everything at once, I'd probably be overwhelmed and lose a few screws because it's too heavy. But as my faith progresses, I get different understanding because I see things differently. Finding out what they mean by the words that they're using. Is this a correct translation, or do other translations say different stuff? So I compare and I contrast. I find meanings. I find usage of the word. Law of first mention. I go back to when it was first mentioned in the context of how it was mentioned. So, my question still stands. What do you say? And you can just type it. Which book is for the modern day 2025 person? I would like to know. Which book do you say? Because if I cannot use Psalms and Proverbs and Ecclesiastes and Isaiah and Jeremiah or anything that happened at Sinai, if I cannot use that because that's for a different time, different people, different authors, everything you said. Different land, different purpose. If I cannot use that, what can I use? Guide me and lead me in the right direction. If I don't have proper instruction, then I fall on my face on how to walk. If I don't have proper instruction on how to walk, I fall on my face. And I potentially lead others to fall on their face. So I'm asking if, if I was not willing to listen and understand and search these things out, and if I was not willing, I wouldn't be asking over and over and over again. I would just say, okay, he doesn't want to answer, I'm going to go on about my day and continue believing what I believe. But I don't. I am eagerly, because I know that the Most High uses many different people. He uses the wicked as a tool for my transformation. He does. He used Joyce Meyer. He used Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn, a few others I can't even think. And he used the Southern Baptist Church in Chula Vista, San Diego, the hallelujah dancing, and to touch me. The word, when every single person read verse after verse after verse, whether they distorted it or not, whether every time they verse, that was a seed that was scattered onto my good ground, the soil that has been prepared and was on my body. My soil was ready to receive that seed, and the Spirit came and watered it. And as I read, things developed. So, sharing is caring. I'm from the 80s, and that was the biggest. Sharing is caring. So if you would like to share, I care. Later.